Okay, today I am going to make some dice and this dice box mold. I had to find the instructions. I've never used it. So it's been a little intimidating. But I think as I don't know what color to make it because I have to add to it like 2 or 3 times after, and I want to make sure that it matches, which is why I was thinking about doing just plain black. Well, black with the glitter. Now, I mixed up 250 milliliters, but 250 milliliters of resin. The color here. And get this mixed in. I'm guessing I'll have to mix up resin a couple of times, and after I'm done with the first pours, I have to do a pour and then come back in like 5 hours and do some more. But I figure I'll just start with this. Do the lid and as much of the base as I can, and anything I have left over I'm going to make dice. I read some tips and tricks on it this morning, because I will get dice down. Okay, looks like the black is all mixed in. I should put a drop of glue in here too to keep it from going. Just these. Maybe not. Okay, I am going to spray these down due to the sheer amount of indentations that are in them. So this is the lid, and this is the base, which I'm only supposed to fill it up 80% is what the instructions said. And glue. Add it to a stick. So basically, I want to drop glue on the stick. And I'm going to actually just wipe it on the other stick so I can mix it in. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know if I did a very good job of that. But it should thicken it up enough where the glitter won't float to the top or bottom, I mean. In general, I don't like having to stop and make more resin in the middle of a project, but this one I know I'm going to have to, but it's okay. I just hope this turns out. If it doesn't, I could probably give it to I've got a nephew that is into dice, so I could probably give it to him if it's not perfect, if he wants it. Some place to put my stick down here. Oops, I'm gonna be making a mess with that. So, way to fill the lid up very slowly. I attempt to be very slow with it. I have to get it to where it fills in the little corners. And I have to do a little squeezing of it I'm supposed to use a stick and a hand Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I need to do something that's not going to scratch the mold. I'll just move that out of the way. So let's just squeeze these and also stick run around it and with something sharp. Well, not something not sharp, something pointy but not sharp. I was looking up the mold. I didn't see on the mold where it said how much resin this takes, so I just looked it up on the Let's Resin site, and it takes 15 ounces, approximately 15 ounces. I've got the instructions here. The way they show the pinching is not, I don't know. I'm just gonna pinch it. You're supposed to pinch it and stick it, and then stick the pointy thing in, and then fill it. So actually, I'm gonna move it before I continue to fill it. You out of the way there. So I won't need the lid until later, or the top part. Okay, now I'm going to use what I have left in the base, and then I'll probably end up making some more. I say they didn't lie about this. They said you need like these 4 grades of sandpaper after finishing. Grit, I guess is the word. It says fill this about 80% full, which I'm guessing comes about up to this to the ledge here. Not really a ledge, but you're supposed to fill it, get it like 80% full, and then you do you stick the lid on it, and likely hot glue the lid. All right, if it's at top, it's not a lid really, so I've already poured the lid. Yeah, looks like this is gonna be all I need for this piece. Let's use all of this. I remember that it takes 250 milliliters to do the first part of it. So basically, you pour this, you wait a few hours, then you come and pour in. I'll have to recheck the instructions. I know that there's part of it that you pour through the hole on the other piece. And of course, right where the lid goes is where I've got or where the notch for the other piece goes is where I've got where I was scraping off the resin. I say it's not fully covering the dome piece here. I'll let it continue to settle. And I think I'll probably add a little, just sprinkle some glitter on top here. Or do I make it more and then I guess it's approximately 80% full. But I don't see it covering the, it's not completely covering the dome like they have in the picture. So, yeah, we poured 80% full, cover the other lid, seal it with hot glue if necessary. Okay, then, so I fill it, and then I put the lid on, and then I continue to fill it in a few hours, 3 to 5 hours. And then after it's cured, I have to touch it up again. So, yes, I will be making more resin now. Or do I just wait a couple hours? So this definitely has to be sealed. Yeah, I'll get the hot glue gun. Actually knew where it was. I'll let this heat up while I mix up some more resin. Get plugged in here. As I move my table accidentally. Okay, so get this turned on, make sure it's on. This was a gift from my friend April a while back. But, okay, let me go ahead and I'm gonna move these. Let's see. I'm not gonna make. Oh, do I want to make up the full thing? Get these little drops out. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of glitter on top of that. And you know what? I forgot to spray the alcohol on there. I guess I should probably sprinkle it on here before I tape it. Or maybe I won't. I don't know if I'll fiddle with getting this lid off. Yeah, okay. Now I gotta take the plug out. I cannot lose that. Oh. I spray the top of this, the top of the lid. Put this back on. Oops, there's something in here. Oh no, it's just part of the mold itself. Oops. Oops. Yeah, I'm having trouble here. Okay, I'm going to mix up some resin while I wait. I'm just gonna pause it. Okay, I have the resin mixed up. I haven't put the color in it yet. I did put a drop of glue in. Let me go ahead and see if I can, if this is warm enough, I can go ahead and seal the edges. Yep. Maybe. Yeah, gets hot. I guess I need to find someplace else to put my finger. Okay, I believe that's done. I'm going to get some holder out here and unplug it. So now I can, there we go. Now I can let it sit for a couple of minutes. But I'm going to wipe off the tip while it's still up here. Well, even though my hands are, never mind. This is still hot, so I'll put it over here. That's all standing on the silicone. Okay, now add the black and the glitter to this. I can't believe I'm running low on the black already. Actually, I guess I can. I made a lot of black stuff lately. Yeah, it's definitely thick. And of course, I realized I would pour it all through that little bitty hole. Or I can use a pipette, and it's going to take me forever. That will maybe so. How to do it? Cut the tip off so I can get more in it. Okay, so yeah, I guess I won't cut the entire tip off. Oh, I need to add some glitter to it still. Of course, I already wiped off my stick. Yeah, this is definitely thick. And I put a smaller drop in this one of the glue. Guess it doesn't really matter anymore. I wish I had a funnel that'd be willing to give up. Oops. Yeah, that's not how this is supposed to go. It's supposed to go in the hole, not around the hole. Okay, so this is definitely a learning experience. I need to wipe the edge, wipe the exterior of the pipette. Okay, note to self, I need a silicone funnel. My resin's gonna harden before it gets that done. All right, let's see. I know I have a funnel. I don't really want to use it, but let me find it. It's got white pigment in it. It's the one I used to pour in the alcohol inks. or the sink are white into its new containers. Okay, I put Q-tips up here the other day. I don't see them. I know I didn't use them all. Yeah, here we go. Here's a Q-tip. Nope, that's not the Q-tip. Okay, here's a Q-tip. Let's clean this out. I should have cleaned it after I use it. I had it in the container of little things to wash. Yeah. I just don't want any white streaks. I guess if it's going to be in the middle, it won't, well, you know, it'll show up somewhere. I know it will. All right, let's try this. I don't think it's going to be that much helpful or that much better, but so I guess next time I'll fill it up a little bit more, like almost to the where the lid is, so I can save myself the trouble of doing it this way. I wonder if Dollar Tree would have any silicone doodads. I can't think of the name of this right now. This is a very tiny. Why can't I think of the name of this right now? Funnel. Like ever since the whole brain pan went AWOL, I have issues with aphasia sometimes. And I know the word, I can hear the word, I can see it, and I just can't say it. Oh, come on, go in. Yeah, it's, oh my gosh, that's slow draining. Oops. There we go, getting it on the outside again. Definitely, I'll wait. I'll fill it up to almost where the lid goes before I put the lid on next time. Provided I survive this one. I'll just fast forward through this part. Because obviously nobody's really getting anything out of it other than waiting. And I don't have anything to talk about. Okay, while I wait on that, I'm going to fill up some of the little dice here. Yes, I did read some tips and tricks on these this morning. Hoping I'm not going to. I hope I don't run out of. I have to save enough resin to fill this up, but I am going to use the pipette. It's going to take. This is all taking forever. Now I know why a set of dice costs $67. Very labor intensive. Good. See, I don't have any more resin coming until Monday, so I'll be for the next few days. I've got a little bit of what I've been using here. I've got a little bit of it left, and then I'll if the dice box doesn't finish it off. Why are you not going? Actually, just gonna because I'm impatient. I'm just gonna pour these. I'll top them off with the using the dropper. I don't know if you guys could see this or not. Oops. I don't have my stick in my hand. Durr. So I'll use the pipette to top off the dice. It said you're supposed to fill it just a little bit overfill, and make sure the bubbles are out, and then continue to and then you have to put the lid on really slow, which I had done in the past. Oops. Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, I overdid that one. Alright, so why don't you go over there? No, I don't know if I'm going to have enough to finish this. Yes, so yeah, we're supposed to do these, finish this off in a few hours once I get enough in there. And then you pour in, you fill it, you do more after it's been sitting for 24 hours. I'm kind of confused about that. But I guess if I run out of resin, I can come back and I think if it uses all this, I can just wait until the next time it's time to come in. Of course, I would love to be able to look some stuff up right now, but since I'm recording, it's not. I can't do that. Oh, my hands are kind of a mess. I say it's 9:42 now, so I've got a thing going on at 1. So if I come in here at 2 or 2:30, it'll be 6 hours, or maybe a little earlier. If I just go through, it'll be 12:42, and I won't have time because I've got a 1 o'clock thing. So. If the resin that's coming Monday is a fast cure, it's a 4-hour demold. So I can whip out a bunch more coasters and other things that need the 3 or 4 weeks to sit. I need to spend some time. I'll hopefully find my black felt. If not, I'll order more on Wednesday. I am hoping that this here is just because it went over the side, and that's not, that thing isn't leaking. Wipe off the tip of the, I say really would prefer not getting resin all over this, but that's probably too late. Getting resin off the glue gun. I just have to push it down. Okay, so I just need to, I'll finish this off, and then it'll be more than enough to, like, second, to come in the 3 to 5 hours. I mean, it did say just past the fill line. So, yeah, I'm right about it. This little extra bit as will be fine. Or maybe I'll do one more, and then I'll top off the dies. I'm gonna have a hell of a mess to clean up in here later. Yeah, that's not really working there. Oops. It helps if I get it in the actual hole. Okay, I need a little bit in the square one here. And completely finish this off into the square one. Oops. And so some of these aren't overfilled enough. Like I said, don't want them overfill, but I kind of need them to be overfilled. Start stealing the resin that's stealing the overfilled resin and put it in this one. And that's it. Well, it's obviously a dye. I don't know which one it is though. One of them with triangle edges. Okay, there's that. Okay, and it does almost look like, is the resin leaking out? I can't tell. Did I miss a spot with the glue? It overall looks fairly solid. Okay, so that's going to do it for, let me put the lid on this one. Spray it on the dice and then put the lid on. Okay, it says to be very slow with putting the lid on. Oops. and then maybe put some weight on this. I'll put a thing of glitter on there. I guess I will see you in a few hours. So today I'm going to finish off take out the plug and fill in the rest of this. Maybe make some dice. Unfortunately, the dice I made yesterday, I didn't hit record when I thought it, so it didn't. I don't have any video of me unmolding the dice. I will say that I had 2 come out okay on the big one, and 5 come out okay on the small one. So basically about batting 50% average there. I'm ready to add the pigment to my resin. I just mixed up 125 milliliters today. Yeah, I didn't know how much I'd have, and I know that this won't take hardly any. And for some reason, getting the items clean that I use this in, it's like there's little pieces of tiny glitter, like much smaller than what I put in it, that just stick to silicone. Crazy making. Okay, I guess I'll put the glitter in and then I'll think about doing the glue. Your nose itches. Now I'm supposed to wait 24 hours before demolding this after I pour this a little bit in, so it's going to be interesting. And I will pour a full set of dies. Like hopefully between a couple pours I can get a full set that's not messed up. I mean, they'll kind of need touched up, like sanded and whatnot, polished. Okay, let's see. I apparently threw my pipette away yesterday. Cut the top off of this one. I think given how little there is to add, that pipette should be sufficient. So I'll take out the little stopper, maybe. I'll say this is about having to wait to unmold. This is killing me. Okay, I still have some left here. Oops, I didn't spray those. So I did just top that off. And spray the dice mold. And since I already have resin in the pipette, I'll squeeze it out. Oops. I make a mess everywhere. And now I want to change my glove. My bad. But another stick here. So I don't know how well this is, because I know yesterday I was able to, actually let me start with the big one, do this, because the holes are bigger. definitely. Yep. It's gonna be one of those days. Get this stick out of here. Okay, so oops. Get in the hole. Make sure you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. I did go ahead and unmold the two mats I made yesterday, and they are currently being weighed down by my pigment paste because they were really bendy. So with bendy things, I'll usually stick a weight on it for a day or two. I'm dripping everywhere here. Going all over the table. Okay, so I'm gonna let this one sit for a bit until it's ready for the lid to go on it. Now that the glass is our cup is half empty, it's easier to pour in the little mold. So I will top these off. It's a matter of figuring out where the I obviously introduced some bubbles in yesterday when I was putting the top on. Oops. Okay, so I've got a little bit there. Okay, I've seen people use just their just a craft stick to top things off. Try this. Yeah, this is gonna be messy. I've seen some of them more, I don't know if they're professional molds, but they're very interesting. Watching the videos on Facebook yesterday for dice. Okay, you're just, like, you look like you have a hole, but you're just not full all the way. That was messy. Okay. I'm going to scooch this one out of the way. Oops. And dump all the resin out of one of them. I should have put a paper towel down to scoot these on. Okay, so Okay, so I can almost see where some of the bubbles are coming from. I guess they're coming from under these pieces. So yeah, this one I need more in. Looks like this isn't really even. I almost wish the lid was separate pieces so I could do each one individually. I will not, I don't want to use the individual dice mold unless I may be doing just one. But I suppose I could just like use my extra resin every day to make D20s. So I have Holidays Lane channel on in the living room. Left it on for the cats. That's a good one to check out. The link's in the description. He's got some crime scene themed ornaments this year. I am all kinds of excited about that. When I first wanted to, when I had first decided to do crafty stuff, like if I could do it for a living, I was going to make ornaments because I'd fallen in love with the crate and barrel ornaments, and so I'd pick some up every year. Chewy's broken some of those because I still had my tree up when I got him, which I got him like 2 days before Thanksgiving. But so anyway, so now I'm doing resin instead of ornaments. I mean, I am making some ornaments out of resin, but yeah, okay, so I obviously sprayed the lid. I don't remember if I did it deliberately or not. You find the, okay, because there's little dots here that the lid goes into, but there's a slot so you know which way to turn it. This would probably be easier if I started at the back. Maybe. I thought I was really slow with this one yesterday. Maybe when I'm editing the video, maybe I'll see that I wasn't. I'm gonna scooch this one over and put a container of glitter on it. And I'm going to, actually I just need a little bit more in this one here. Actually I need a little bit more in several of them. And push down on the little edges. Make sure there's no bubbles under there. And the square die needs a little bit more. For some reason, that's one that I hardly ever get right. Like, it should be the simplest. And I'll go ahead and put this one on slowly. I hear the mailman. Probably on the street behind me. It is so nice getting mail early in the day. The only problem is, like, when I have to mail something, I have to leave the house when I'm mailing out packages. Like, I sold another game yesterday, so I had to get that and then drive it to the post office. And I know for this stuff that I sell through this site is I can deduct the mileage, but I can't really I can't do that with the eBay stuff because I'm not doing that professionally yet. I haven't registered that or anything. I need to find out the whole find out whether I can do multiple sole proprietorships, because that's what this one's under. I guess I should use my name when I do consulting and contract work. But anyway, that's it. Well, actually, it's not it, because I've got a little bit of resin left. I can do these out of the way carefully. Okay, I have two little bats. So I'm guessing bats and a turtle. I do need to want to make some. I need to make some skulls out of the deep pour, but I have to wait until I get my lights, because I'm going to put fairy lights in them, as opposed to some of the others that I'm going to make bases that have a slot for a USB cord. So I won't order that until Wednesday. But after my stuff comes in, I will just start making away, like focusing on the skulls and the plain skull pots, not the hear no evil, see no evil ones. Because I don't know, kind of over those. But I said I have several sets of those, so it's oops. I'm gonna toss some more glitter in here. And since I didn't put the glue in, it might go ahead and sink to the bottom. So I should not have to mess with it too much. Let me grab another turtle here. Oops, that's not a turtle. There's a turtle. I'll actually put some glitter on the bottom of this now. Oops. I'll put some glitter all over the counter and all over me. Okay, I don't think I need this starter anymore. I'll just use the one I've got in here. Yeah, there's very little glitter in here. And this at the bottom. If I hadn't spilled so much, I'd have enough to perfectly fit this turtle. And I'm probably off camera again, and I apologize. And I don't have enough, so this is okay. I'll be making. I only have a little bit of this resin left, and so probably another I don't know, maybe 240 milliliters. There's about half an inch left in the containers in both the A and the B. So maybe I'll do some skulls tomorrow. But and then finish off the turtle. But anyway, that's all for now, and see you next time. Okay, it is finally time to unmold the D20 box. First I'm going to start, I'm going to do the, I do have the turtles and the bats left over from yesterday. And the dice I made yesterday. Now these dice are not the ones that I made when I first made the box, because I forgot to record. So those, I made new ones because I had, after filling this up, I had a lot of extra resin. Now the lid here, this has been sitting for 2 days, I think, since Friday. Today's Sunday. But what I found, what I've been doing the last few times with the bats is because they're so bendy, I've put something on them to hold them flat for a day or two. Here's a little ghosty ornament, or will be an ornament. Okay, and a turtle. I say here's the ornament and the bats. I say I will highlight the things with marker or paint. So this is the lid to the that D20 box. And since this is the first time I used it, it's going to be a little bit of a pain to undo. Have a stick here. Definitely I'm just going to add water to begin with, just save myself the trouble. Oops. If this turns out and I like it, I'll probably get another mold, or maybe see if this one sells on me. I'll make a couple others, but before the Halloween thing. But see if I can get this unmolded. Got a corner. Got another corner. Got 3. I'm over halfway there. I hope this worked. Okay. I'll need some sanding on it because there are a bunch of little tiny bubbles. But okay, now this is the fun part. I've got the hot glue where I glued. Let me move these. Or I had to put the hot glue on here to seal this, so I've got to get that up. Okay, so excuse me. Some more glue here. Oh yeah, now maybe there's this little tab here that we should pull up. Awesome. All right, I'm going to put some water down here. I think this is the only mold I have that says that you absolutely have to sand them. But I guess I'll need to take the little tip off. Maybe I shouldn't have filled it up all the way to the top there. I should really look and see if I can find somebody making one of these. Watch them. Oops, wow. All pieces went flying. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna trim this side real quick if I can find my burring tool. Oh, so this is, yeah, that, well, if I don't remove it completely, it definitely has to be sanded. Because that's probably gonna slice my finger up today. Oops. I'm gonna move my table and knock everything over. Alright, so get this separated from the mold. I don't like using the stick, but right now it's the best I've got. Okay, this hasn't been as hard as I thought it would. Of course, it's not completely off yet, but very nice surprise. Okay, so move that. Got a mess all over my towel here. Here we go. There's the deburring tool. I just want to get this little bit off while it's sitting here. Okay. So here's the, I guess it's the top portion of the box. Except it's supposed to sit down somehow. I don't like that. So this goes like so. So this is the box. And it turned out better than I expected it to. And now I need to clean up my mess here before I undo the die. Get this back together. It'd be kind of cool to do something in the middle. but that would I would need to make a complete desk, a complete separate thing to go in the middle. Oh, and I'm going to put the so I have the little piece. I need to put that back in there so I don't lose it. Okay, let's move that. Move that. So this is the smaller pair of, or smaller set of dice. It's not really a pair. Oh. I guess it would help if I take the lid off first. I've actually been up for about 4 hours. My brain's just not working that great. I did see some more, did look at some more tips and tricks on making dice last night. I am blown away by some of the dice that people make. Obviously, they're like the professionals. They're absolutely beautiful. And so intricate. Let me pull some of this off the top here. So I put the towel down so I have a clean area to show everything. And what do? I make it messy because I'm being molding on top of it. Okay, so obviously this one needs trimmed. I'm hoping that I get at least 6 out of the 7 right today. Okay, so far that one's looking okay. A little bit of very light sanding, maybe. Again, this one needs a little bit of sanding. But I think that's it. Okay, this one has holes. And that one has a hole. Okay, this one also has a hole. So I have 4 good ones and 3 not so good ones. I have baggies that I put the dice in. I've got the good dice and the bad dice. Okay, now time to do the big one. You can see where trying to find the actual place where the lid comes off. Okay, because the square one always ends up bad. Look at this one. And it's got a great big bubble. Yeah. I will get this down at some point. So, I mean, getting better where, like, it's not like some of the past pours where they've all been bad. Okay. Now maybe this guy will come out. And it has a bubble. So I thought these would be better than the last one. Okay, this one I think just needs trimmed and sanded. Oops. I will find that one in a minute. I think because I've got all my little bins of colorant and stuff down here. Okay. I think this one looks okay. All right, that's two I've dropped. Get the excess in them. This thing is pointy, kind of. I think this is okay though. It's just dirty. It's got the. Yeah, I think just sanding this one. No, 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 no. It's got bubbles. No, it couldn't be too good to be true. Okay. I think it's caught up here at the top. It feels like it's got a hole in it. Come on. Oops. Okay. Basically, the first thing I do is look to see if I see the top. If I see, I have to figure out which one's the top and then look at it because that's where the bubbles occur. This one looks good. So 2 bad, or 3 good, 2 bad, and 1 unknown. All right, I will stop. I'll find it after this is done.